Good morning, everyone. Let me start off with a small story which many of you would have already heard, but it's worth repeating it. A professor, probably an English professor, went to Hogenekel. You know the Hogenekel Falls, right? So there he saw the beautiful water flowing, gushing. He wanted to take a ride in that coracle, the Parisal. So he called that fisherman and took a ride. They went deep into the water. During that journey, our professor wants to display his knowledge. So he asked that illiterate fisherman, "Have you read John Keats' poems?" This poor fisherman says, "I don't know John Keats, sir." Then he says, "Oh my God, you have wasted a quarter of your life." After some more time, then he asked the fisherman again, "Have you read Shakespeare's drama, Othello, Midsummer Night Dream, Romeo and Juliet?" The fisherman says, "Sir, who is this Shakespeare? I don't know anybody called Shakespeare." And then after some time, there is a leak in the boat. The water starts gushing in. Now it's the fisherman's turn. He asked this English professor, "Have you learnt swimming?" He says, "No." Then he says, you have wasted whole of your life." The point I'm trying to make here is that we need to come down to earth. We cannot be living with just Shakespeare's and John Keats and Shelley's poems alone. We need practical English. That's what the market wants, the industry wants. That's what the students want. Now, I'm not saying we should not enjoy English literature. There's a lot to enjoy, but first we need to make sure the students can speak, write good English. When I say good English, I'm not putting the bar so high. I'm just putting it as error-free English, English without any grammatical mistakes. There's a similar incident which comes to my mind. The great legendary director KB Balachandar directed a movie called Sindhu Bhairavi. I don't know how many of you have seen that movie, in which the lead role is a great classic singer, Carnatic Hindustani classic singer. He goes to all this music hall, sings and gets all these praises from big critics. But then he goes through a transformation in life, and then he goes and sings in Tamil near a beach. That song is not a classical song. It's a song which is enjoyed by a Aam Admi, common man. A fisherman hears that song, wonderful song, and then comes and gives a fish to him as a gift. He says, "This is the biggest gift I have ever received in my life." Again, the point is very similar. We need to make sure we cater to even the lowermost English knowledge students in the class. In VIT, we have a program called STARS, Support the Advancement of Rural Students, in which we give free education, boarding and lodging to students coming from villages, the toppers of students who study in government schools in villages. And these are wonderful students, and one of their biggest problems is English. So I met them recently. Last week I went to meet them, and I asked them to introduce themselves. So many of them, I noticed, as soon as they came to the stage, they said, "Myself, Ramu, I belongs to Vellore." So I corrected them. When you introduce, you say, "I am Ramu and I belong to so-and-so place." And I asked them, "How did you do your first semester English course?" They have all done well. They've said, you might be thinking that they would have done poorly. They all passed at least in the English exam, in the English course. So, this reminds me, our famous doctor is here. A surgeon came out of the surgery theater. All the anxious relatives asked the doctor, "How did the surgery go?" The doctor said, Surgery is success, but the patient is dead. It's like that. The students have undergone an English course of one full semester, but they cannot speak English. So for the teacher, successful delivery of lectures, but the patient is dead. Students cannot speak English. So what is the point? What is the point in you are going to the class and teaching, preparing, teaching so much if there is no learning happening? So it is our duty as English teachers to make sure students participate in the class. Gone are the days where it's given, it's a one-way traffic. The Guru Sishya concept is gone. You need to make sure the students interact in the class and understand what's going on. Make the classes more interesting, make it interactive. So, in this case, particular case, we need to make sure the students are trained to listen carefully, speak, read, and write, the LSRW. So it's very important that the students learn proper English. As a country, India has a tremendous advantage thanks to the British. They left English with us. But looking at the recent controversies about this IAS exams, where they said about the controversy about whether it should be in English and the regional languages, etc. I was telling our students, English is an Indian language. Why do we see it as a foreign language? English is an Indian language. There is American English, there is Australian English, and there is Indian English. We should not see it as a foreign language, even though for most of us it's not the mother tongue. We are not native speakers. But we have been growing up in a society where English is the linked language throughout the country. So we better take advantage of it. Why do all the software companies from world over want to set up their offices in India? Why not in China? It is the big advantage we have. We have a big English-speaking population. But then it usually stops at the urban level itself. It doesn't percolate into the rural or town areas. So that's where we, as English teachers, can do a great service in bringing great employment opportunities to our kids by teaching them good English. English, a language cannot be a mere vehicle of communication. We can use the language for much, much more than that. And the industry is looking forward. We carry a huge responsibility. People might think that English may not be required for a professional like engineer, but it is very, very important. I've heard of aeroplane accidents where the pilot couldn't understand what the control tower was telling them in English because of the language problem. Accidents do happen. That's an extreme case, but the point here is the importance of English in the day-to-day usage. So that's my earnest request to all of you to make English a practical language for the students. I would like to close my speech by a quote by William Arthur Ward. The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, the great teacher inspires. Do we inspire? Thank you.